Hello everyone, another great week of comic book collecting. This week I got my order from my comic shop. I pre-order them 90 days in advance. So, and then they come once a month. So it's like Christmas once a month. Some people are interested maybe in seeing what I order 90 days in advance. So if you wanted to order similar things, just let me know down in the comments if you're interested in that. There's a lot of great YouTube channels that preview things. They probably do a much better job than I can, and they cover kind of everything, and I obviously just kind of order what I want, which is, tends to be Marvel heavy. But if you're interested in that, let me know. I definitely can produce that list for you or do a video on it, whatever you guys want. Anyway, so here's what I picked out of it. Champions number 3. I read the first one. It was good. Need to keep up with this. This is Department of Truth, which by Tinian is good. I read the first one. I can't remember if I had the second one or not, but this is the third one. So when you think back 90 days, I definitely was ahead of the curve on this one, so that's good. This week I must have ordered enough. They gave me this free previews book, which, these are always fun to have. And then they sent me this, DC Future State. Then I ordered a ton of these nullified. These covers are great. I don't really pull Captain America, but this cover just blew me away. And I have been pulling the Iron Man. I haven't read them. A guy that I talked to at my local comic book store said they're great. So I want to definitely catch up with them. This is number 4. I have all of them. And here's the Fantastic Four. And here is the Immortal Hulk, King in Black. I'll have to read this one, see where it fits in the timeline. And then I grabbed this Peach Momoko Blade Runner. So I think someone said maybe they're making a Blade Runner show for HBO or something, one of the streaming services. So these are good ones to grab. I really like this this particular one. It's Peach Momoko is such a great artist. I have a Silver Surfer Black number 4 when she has Knull fighting Silver Surfer. I sent that one off many months ago to Japan to get signed and then on to CGC. Hopefully that will come back soon and I'll show you that. But I really like this cover. And I like those movies too. I liked Blade Runner 1 and 2. I've seen them all. And here is one of the X of Swords, the last one. I haven't had a chance to read these. I'll get to them at some point, I'm sure. And then here's the X-Men. I haven't read, I do read X-Men. I think I'm on number 10. So this is this is 20, this is 22. At least I have these part 20 and 22. I couldn't keep track, but I'll grab them and read through them all. I do get Marvel Unlimited, which is that digital app, and I do read using that a lot too, back issues. That way I don't have to go digging around in my own bins, which I may or may not have books, and or mess them up when I try and get them out of the bag or whatever it might be. So that is something. I think it's $10 a month, so it's a little bit spendy, but on the other hand, if you like reading comic books like I do, it's well worth it. And if there's a particular run that you want to read, you definitely can do that. Well, I was interrupted right in the middle. I was talking. Anyways, I was just saying that this is the cover A, and I got the one per store, and then I ordered the Peach Momoko, which I think is incredible. The her variant. I have the Silver Surfer Black 4 with her and with Knull and Silver Surfer fighting that she did, which is one of my favorite covers of all time. And I sent it off to be signed in Japan, so hopefully that'll be coming back soon. And then of course CGC was going to grade it, so I'll show you that once I get it. So those are 2 good ones to have. I pull Miles Morales, so this is cover A. I normally would only pull cover A, but this nullified one was too good, so I have a couple of these now. I think I'm stuck on number 17 here. This is 21, so I definitely need to follow up with those. Thor, which this is the new arc, which I haven't read yet. So I had this already because I had to have a couple of these. But this is 10. Happy to see that I ordered those 90 days ago. Captain Marvel, which I started reading this, and this is a great cover. I started reading this run. I'm on number 2, and I've enjoyed it so far. I'll report back. It has a lot of keys in it, and I'll probably end up doing a video maybe specifically on this run. Here's one I have not been reading, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy. But I had to grab the nullified variant. I don't know if I actually have all these variants, but I have quite a few of them, as you can see. And this is Sword. So this is supposed to be coming out. This is the first issue. I thought I'd give it a shot. And they're coming out with a show, supposedly. So, as you know, they always come out with a comic, and yet the show is coming, and they coincide. They're not doing that. It's not by accident. So we'll read that one and report back. Strange Academy has been a good run, and we'll see. We'll see where this goes. This is number 6. I have all these. I have multiples of the initial couple. Good ones to have. And this is Venom 31, which I reported on, and the cover B, which is really, really good too. I reported on that last week, which is an interesting one. It really doesn't take the story anywhere, and all these different ones that are, part of King in Black, rarely, in my mind, do any of them advance the story at all. They really just nibble at the edges. I think back to like the Absolute Carnage, the Miles Morales. I wasn't going to buy those, but because it was Miles Morales, I bought, the 4. I think it was 4 Absolute Carnage Miles Morales ones, and really not much happened to those. I guess Scorpion. Well, anyways, I guess you do understand a little some of the stuff that happens later on. But this was a good one to. I knew I wanted to get both covers, and so this Venom run has been so good. And Christmas is approaching, but before Christmas, we do have the next King in Black issue, which I'm super excited about, coming out in a couple days. As I've stated many times, Donny Cates, is he going to bring back some of his guys? So this would be the Void Knight. This is Silver Surfer Black number 5. This is a store exclusive, the Sanctorium exclusive. You can find this. It's a little expensive. I think it might be $50 or less. First cover appearance of the Void Knight. And, of course, Dylan. We have a cliffhanger. We don't know what's going on with Dylan. I just picked this up from a kind of incredible deal from Shortboxed, which is an app. I'll link it down below. And so that's another place to buy. Another place to buy comics where there are limited fees and shipping. You have to pay for shipping, but they had a deal where there's no shipping, and I was able to work a deal with the guy. So that is another place to buy comics. They only sell graded comics, and like I said, it's a short box. I'll put a link below. And then some of you may or may not know the story of this one, but I was at my local comic book store here in town, and they had a guy come in who, I think it was his kids, maybe he had passed away, not sure, but they had just literally a box full of comics and said, here you go. So they swung a deal, and I don't know all the deal, but they basically got all these comics, and they were like unbelievable comics. So lots of the initial Fantastic Four run, all kinds of the initial Spider-Man run, like a Spider-Man 129, I think, in there, something like that. Crazy. Now, they were all beat up. They weren't even bagged or boarded. So they were going through it, bagging, boarding them, and putting them up on the wall. And so I was like, hey, that's a Fantastic Four 49. I'm familiar with that book. I do have a 48, which is in a 4.5. So when I bought the comic, I thought it would, when I look at comics that I'm going to buy that are beat up a little bit, I always try and look at the edges of the grade. I'm not an expert, of course, but you know, it's not a 1. You know, we know what a 1 looks like, and it's not a 9. It's not a 9.8, right? It's not a 5 because it's pretty beat up along here. And this staple was detached, so I was thinking it's between a 1 and a 5. I know what a 4.5 looks like because I have a 4.5 48, and so I you know, took a chance. They had it for a very reasonable price. And then I sent it to Elite Comics to have it cleaned and pressed. I do pressing myself, as you know, but I'm not gonna. Come on, this is a detached cover, Fantastic Four 49. I'm not gonna be. I was scared to even take it out of the. They had bagged and boarded it, but I didn't even want to take it out again when I was sending it. But I did just to glance over, make sure it was complete when I got it home, and. So it's got some rough edges, but they did a fantastic job, and obviously they sent it in, and I got a 4.5. It is cream to off-white pages, so page color is a little bit lower than what you'd like, but for a, you know, older book, and the price was unbelievable. It was a good buy for me, and fun. I'll put it right next to my 48, and now I got to buy a 50. And I'll buy a 4.5. So they'll all be 4.5, and you can't ask for more than that. And, you know, there's rumors of Fantastic Four coming, Silver Surfer's coming to the MCU, so this book is gonna go up in value. Plus, it's just, regardless of the value, who doesn't... This is one of the, at least personally, and I think for a lot of people, one of the kind of holy grails of all comics. Such a, you know, iconic cover. First full appearance of Galactus. I mean, it's got everything, right? So happy to have this one, and that's about it. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. I'll be doing one more video to kind of wrap up the year. That'll be coming in the next week or so, and we'll close 2020. And man, it's been a crazy year. I'll talk a little bit about that, and a lot of good things, I think, in the comic and, you know, Star Wars and in that kind of world. But obviously, the real world has been a little bit of a disaster. Thanks for listening, and take care. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.